Gotcha! I got you.
Hey, come here. It's the day after Christmas, and where are we going?
Mammoth Cave.
Alright. Alright, so it's me and Bandit in the truck here. And we're on our way to Mammoth Cave National Park. And somewhere behind us, my mom, my dad, and my nephew Gabriel are in their car following us. And we're going to spend the day at Mammoth Cave. And me and Bandit are going to try to get a backcountry permit and spend the night at one of the backcountry sites. Now, I haven't decided where we're going to stay yet, but we've been to Mammoth Cave on multiple occasions and had some different things happen at different locations throughout the park. And the thing about Mammoth Cave is it's got a little bit of a Bigfoot history, but it's close. It's close. It's within an hour drive from where we live. And you know, Mammoth Cave boasts to be the world's largest cave system. And they're still exploring it and discovering more and more of the cave system and how far back it goes into Kentucky. And some people even theorize that it might connect to cave systems here in Tennessee. But it's a really cool place. We go there a lot. It's my nephew's favorite spot to visit. But we're going to stay out there and see if we can't have some Sasquatch activity happen. I'm going to go out there and try to record a podcast out in the field. And I'm going to try and do a good video for YouTube as well. So it's a quick overnight expedition. But it's better than nothing. And it's a good opportunity to get out there and search. It's the day after Christmas. And I've still got a couple of days off. And so we're going to try to make the most of it. The weather's uncharacteristically warm. It's in the 70s. But the cold front is moving in. So while we got the chance, let's go out there and have a quick little look around and have a blast. In the meantime, I'm driving. My car's making a whining sound, and that's not good. Let's hope we get there.
For his camera.
Okay.
Of course I gotta turn my camera on.
Get to pick the sign in there.
Can you see us all?
Not yet. Not yet. I gotta get the whole pencil.
Don't fall in that hole.
No, don't you get off the grass.
That's way too big.
Did you get
I
it?
just got a pencil.
Did you
All
get
right, get one of the closest. Get one right there. Take one of us right there. Have it. You get it?
Yeah.
All right.
Good job anyways.
Let's see.
Stay. I said stay. The door's messed up again. Story of my life. Where's the leash? There's the leash. Ready? So where's Papa?
I don't know.
He went inside for something. I think he's gonna see if any cabins are available, so you guys can stay in the cabins when I'm staying in the woods. Would you want to spend the night in a cabin here at Mammoth Cave? No, why not? It's just like a house.
Mammoth Cave is not that peaceful.
What do you mean it's not peaceful?
But you know,
Hold on.
bears might be in here.
Bears?
Yeah.
I don't think they're bears.
In some of the wild caves, you don't know what's in the.
You don't know what's in the wild caves?
Yeah. See?
I think they're just bats. Maybe crickets. A few rats.
Yeah.
What about Bigfoot?
That wouldn't work.
You don't think Bigfoot lives in Mammoth Cave?
No.
Why not?
Because
Well, do you think he lives in the woods on top of Mammoth Cave? These big woods out here?
yes.
You think he's out there, really? Maybe.
Yeah, but you never know.
You never know. That's right. Down there is the historic entrance to the cave.
Gateway to the world below.
Gateway to the world below. Oh, that's what it says on that sign.
Okay.
Tradition holds that pioneer settler John Hutchins rediscovered Mammoth Cave in 1798 when he entered this ravine while bear hunting. Good bandit, catch it. We're not getting left behind, gosh. Watch out, he's gonna barf on you.
I poke his butt. I poke his butt.
That's not nice. Whoa!
What?
Who would have thought Kentucky was hiding these mountains here? Mammoth Cave has got a lot of steep, rocky hillsides. And the Green River flows through Mammoth Cave National Park, which is a good source of water. But the true gem of the water sources isn't from the river, but the underground springs that feed the river. This gives a lot of sweet tasting, high quality, clean water. It's filtered through the ground. And I think that's a hidden source of water that only the locals and the animals know about. So would Bigfoot or other animals be hanging out right down by the river? Sure, at times. Lots of food sources, fish, and different aquatic plants down there. But in addition to that, it's the streams and the underground springs that high quality water, clean water, and good drinking water resides. And in and around these areas, you get a lot of acorns, hickory nuts, and different things from the deciduous forest. So wait, if this is Mammoth Cave, where are all the mammoths?
They're extinct.
Did they live in the caves?
No.
Why do they call it Mammoth Cave?
That's because it's giant.
Oh, so it's Mammoth Cave because it's giant like a mammoth, and not because mammoths lived in the cave.
No. Well, some of them get to hibernate.
You think woolly mammoths hibernated?
Yes.
I don't know if they did that. They seem pretty warm even in the Ice Age.
That's because they got too much fur.
You think that's why they went extinct?
Yes. No, not.
Well, we'll never know.
I think it's a meteor wiping out.
You think a meteor? No, that was the dinosaurs. Come on, let's get across this road.
You know my back hurts.
Your back hurts. Does your face hurt?
No. You think
Because it's killing me.
okay, Joe?
Nothing. So we couldn't go on the ferry.
Yeah.
Because the ferry is what?
Not anymore.
What? what? No, it's still there. It's just closed.
Now, I've been up there,
Oh,
up that road, Ron.
okay.
Yeah, that's when we took Uncle Ron's fancy car, right? He only wanted to go like 5 miles an hour. Because he just got it.
Yeah. Come on. I told you that we were going to just push and move.
Oh, that's a campground, right? You can go there, right? You don't go deep in. Hey, Joe, do you want some ginger ale?
Oh, ginger ale.
You want them burping? Sure.
We're at Sloan's Pond.
Your favorite.
It's a little walk around paved trail around wetland and pond habitat. We're gonna walk there, but first we're gonna have a picnic.
Peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
Yum. I just yum, yum. Yum, yum.
Peanut
Yum,
butter
yum,
jelly
yum, yum,
sandwich.
yum, 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 yum.
In the summertime, there are lots of different snakes and frogs, bullfrogs, leopard frogs, that all reside in this area. In the winter, it seems desolate, but this is a nice little resting pond for waterfowl, I'm sure, at different times of the year, wood duck, and Canadian geese, potentially. And this might even be a good environment for muskrats, whether or not there are otters or beaver here. Probably not in this little pond, but this would be a good environment for small aquatic mammals and reptiles and amphibians. But you don't see a lot of that activity right now because it's December. But it's definitely it does happen other times of the year. I've come down here at this area called Sloan's Pond, and I've seen water snakes stalking and trying to creep up on frogs. So there's a lot of activity here, a lot of potential food sources, and it's another water source here. And we've talked about water sources here and around Mammoth Cave, but we haven't talked too much on food sources. What kind of animals do we see here? There's lots of turkey and deer, and lots of squirrels, different types of rodents. And there actually used to be black bear in this area, but they were kind of hunted to extinction. There was also the Kentucky parakeet. It was a actual parakeet that lived not in a tropical location in South America, but here in the central United States. And unfortunately, that bird's gone extinct, as well as the passenger pigeon, who used to be a native to this area. But there have been all types of different animals, and particularly in Kentucky, there are a lot of reports of mountain lions that still reside in this area. The mountain lions used to go all around the East Coast, throughout Appalachia. But with the settlement and a lot of overhunting, early on they were kind of evacuated, and their last refuges are throughout the Midwest and the far Northwest. But to this day, I've spoken to a couple of hunters in this area who have claimed to see a mountain lion, a cougar. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen one out here, but there are still a lot of strong reports. And I tend to see a connection with mountain lion reports and Bigfoot reports. It's something about the mountainous, the hilly terrain that's necessary for these animals to move around. There's some type of connection, there's some type of common resource that both of these animals need. And this is on the assumption that Bigfoot is out here. So whether it's the Pacific Northwest or these areas here in the rural South, there typically is a connection with mountain lion sightings and Bigfoot sightings. Now, what would a creature like Bigfoot eat? You know, we've established that, you know, more than likely it's got an omnivorous, very adaptable life appetite. that ranges from meats and fruits and vegetables and different things like that. So in this area, I mean, if you look out here, there's river cane throughout the river system. Here you see a lot of cattail like plants, and those are all edible and very nutritious, and humans, indigenous people will eat these things and extract the nutrients from that. But in addition to that, you get all of the fish, the frogs, the different little critters that are aquatic and semi-aquatic. You get several different types of trees that produce nuts out here. Now in the area where I live, which is about an hour south of here back in Tennessee, you get black walnuts and hickory nuts, and a lot of that you can get here too. But then I've also seen a huge variety of different acorns and things of that nature. So you get big acorns and little acorns, and the deer and the turkey love all of this. But one can assume that, hey, maybe there's a primate out here that also eats these things. You know, I've been coming to Mammoth Cave since I was a young kid, as early as I can remember. You know, the first time I might have been here, I might have been 7 or 8 years old, maybe even earlier. But I come here multiple times every year. It's close and accessible to where I live. I can get here within an hour, and it's just so vast and open. And it's a national park, so you can do a lot here and appreciate it for free. You know, if you can afford the gas money, you got a whole day of entertainment and life out in nature and all the enjoyment that comes with that. And, you know, I think of the woods behind my home. You know, the 8.5 acres. I think of the state parks that are, you know, even closer than Mammoth Cave. And whether it's a state park or our personal property, it seems like it all kind of shrinks as I grow up. As I'm, you know, as I move around faster, as I become more familiar with an area, that perception of vastness, it kind of shrinks and it feels like a smaller world than when I was a kid. But when I get out to Mammoth Cave, it's an odd thing because it's never done that. It's always stayed this huge, mysterious place, both underground in the cave systems, which there are over 350 miles worth of cave systems. And note it, I mean every bit of that word over. So there's actually I don't know what the current number is, but last time I think there were 360 miles worth of cave systems underground. World's largest cave system. And then on top you get all of these hills and valleys that are rarely explored. And then you have areas like Sloan's Pond and all the biodiversity here. It's one of those things that this park doesn't get smaller in my mind. In fact, the more I explore it, the more mysterious and vast it becomes in my perception. So I think there's something to that. There's something to that when you can look at an area and see it as genuine wilderness versus, you know, looking at a smaller area and kind of as you become more familiar, it shrinks. You know, I think that's a strong argument for something like Bigfoot, you know, because I look out here and I see more and more depth to this habitat, to this environment, to the park. And I think it becomes a stronger argument for whether or not there's something out here versus somewhat of a dismissive quality, as, you know, with a lot of the places I've been to. Mammoth Cave is a remarkable place, you know, for its cave systems and, you know, above. I'm looking at some turtles that have woken up for a couple of days, and a frog. Wow, check it out. Last 2 days have been uncharacteristically warm in December. You know, we have pretty temperate temperatures, and about this time of the year we're in the 30s and the 40s, if not colder. But on December 26th and December 25th on Christmas, we've had 70-degree weather. Is this some type of indicator of global warming or climate change? Well, maybe, but I mean, this happened back in the 80s too, or maybe it was the 1800s. One way or another, I mean, you get warm winters every now and then. But, you know, as somebody who's worried about the environment, as somebody who's a little bit of a naturalist at heart, you know, it makes you wonder. You know, if we've had so many record warm winters, what kind of effects are we having on this planet? It's quiet out here, aside from the wind, but it's mostly quiet. These woods are pretty thick over here. We're still close to the road. I'm not really looking for Bigfoot per se out here. Things get weird when you go into the backcountry, which is the tougher terrain. It's far enough from the road where most visitors don't go there. In the backcountry is where I've had some personal experiences, and I don't know how to explain all of them. Some of them are pretty strange, and we'll get into that later. But whether it's close to the road or far in the middle of nowhere, I mean, just Mammoth Cave, just nature everywhere. Good nature too. Frogs and turtles and deer and turkey and owls and coyotes, and it's one of those few places where you can actually go here and just smell the trees. And it's not that creepy. Here's a survival tip of the day. This is a cedar tree. This bark right here is very dry and flaky, and it is an excellent fire starter. It's also very quick to dry, so we've been having a lot of rain recently. I guess they have had rain within the last week or so. But yeah, this is excellent fire starter, excellent tinder. So if you ever needed to start a fire quick and you didn't have paper or things like that from our man-made world, then the cedar tree is an excellent source to get that fire started. And tons of those here at Mammoth Cave. So yeah, cedar. Good lifesaver in a fire starting situation.